You would have to be high to miss that.
I mean, they show it to us on TV, and we're like, are they going to call it? Like, they have to call it. The dude is stuck.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 111. I was debating on how to say that. It was like 111.
Yeah. 111, 111. I mean, there's a multitude of ways you could say it.
That's what I mean. Like, I didn't know how to open
plus 11. I mean,
we should have discussed it.
We should have.
Let's start over. Just kidding. Not going to start over for that. So, episode 111. How you doing, man?
Doing good.
You glad to be talking about some NASCAR racing today?
They raced?
Yeah. Well, it's been a few weeks now. It might have been a few years.
It's been a while since they've done that.
That one race at Bristol, they did a little racing.
Oh yeah, it's like a throwback.
That was a spring race.
That was a throwback race. Like, this is how we used to do it.
It's the car. It has to be the car. Like, there's nothing else. There's no other way to explain it, right? Like,
oh man,
the only thing that's changed
is the car.
Look,
we know it. Okay, I don't know. Is that maybe NASCAR is just trying to gaslight us?
You think?
I think that's exactly what's happening.
I think they're lying to us anyway. So
they've been lying to us for years.
I know they're lying to us.
But this car has sucked from day one. They even admitted it. They like a month before releasing it and announcing that we're going to be using it, they go, whoops, first time we tried it in some traffic and it sucks, we can't pass.
First time we tried with more than one car.
Whoopsies.
Well, that's because they only had one car.
They
did all the testing with one car.
It's like, you do know we have like 38, 42
we have
cars on the track.
38 cars out. We have 4 manufacturers. At least give us 4. Right. I think at some point we did get 4. But, I mean, it was still very limited in the beginning on who had a car. Because that was during COVID. Like, that's back when we still couldn't get parts from overseas. They were all out on a boat in the ocean somewhere. So.
But, I mean, the car is the only thing but I think NASCAR is trying to gaslight us. The car sucked from the beginning. They knew it sucked. They know it sucks. And they're just trying to be like, guys, it's not the car. Guys, we swear it's not. And so we come here every week, complain about the car, and eventually we're going to get to the point, maybe it's not the car.
Yeah, maybe it's us. Maybe we're the problem.
Yeah.
That's what NASCAR wants us to think. They want us to be the problem, and then they don't have to change anything.
Yeah.
If we're the problem, nothing has to change.
Exactly.
If they're the problem, they have to change.
And they don't want to change.
God knows they don't want to change.
They haven't changed.
They have the same guy
years.
They have the same guy in race control that they had in race control back in the 50s. That's obvious by his calls.
Yeah.
I think he did better back then when he was a young 35-year-old back in the 50s.
Young buck.
Yeah. Now he's like 103. Hey, there's a car in the tire barrier. No, I'm going to hit the switch. Give me a minute. I'll get to the switch. I got to pee.
Got to hit my cane.
Did you see that squirrel? Where's that squirrel? Oh, caution. Where's the button? My phone is ringing in my pocket. I know. Pudding. Can we have pudding? Oh, no caution. Hit Parker Kligerman. No, he didn't. Caution. Nah, that drove me crazy. No, it all drives me crazy. So.
Yeah. Getting right into it today.
Oh, man. What else we got to talk about? Is there anything non-race? So we went and saw Cody Jinks.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that last week.
I know I had my Cody Jinks shirt on last week. Should have wore it again.
Should have. You just wear the same thing twice.
Yeah.
We got Whiskey Myers. We're going to see Whiskey Myers Friday night, so I'm looking forward to that.
I hope they have a good shirt. I was looking online, and I don't really like their shirts.
I can tell you one thing. I guarantee you, I'm wearing
That Bills hat.
I'm wearing this Bills hat. Go Bills! We're now off our 2-game losing streak. We won in the most ridiculous, ugliest, nastiest, penalty-ridden game I'd ever seen in my life. Literally, in the Bills-Jets game last night, there was over 200 yards combined penalty yards.
Wow.
It's like every play. Literally, this is how I would watch a play. They'd make a play on the field, and then I'd watch down the bottom right-hand corner for the flag.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10 it came out. I mean, it was defensive offsides, offensive offsides, pass interference on both sides. Offensive passing. Yeah, it's the craziest thing. We had Aaron Rodgers got sacked, and then there was a roughing the passer call, and Aaron Rodgers is like, that's a bad call. What are you doing? Even Aaron Rodgers said that was a clean hit, but they called roughing the passer. And I think it's because he's old.
They don't want him to get too hurt.
No, they don't. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is like 4 months older than me. And I know if I'm out there running around, it's not going to look pretty. It's not going to look like Josh Allen running around. So, no, but this Bills hat.
That is Cody, a free upgrade.
Yeah. We go to the Cody Jinks concert, and we had seats. They weren't bad seats. But the particular seats we were in where the sunshine came under the canopy, hit us right in the eyes. So we went and sat in the back. The show wasn't even started yet.
Yeah, no, we saw like an hour.
Yeah, so we're just kind of hanging out. We didn't want to sit in our seats and be blinded by this bright, glaring sun. So we just kind of go hang out on the wall. I sat down on the wall. The lady's like, oh, you can't sit on the wall, but you can lean up against it. So I'm leaning up against this 2-foot tall stoop. We see this place where you can get upgrades, which is more or less what they're selling is like lawn chairs.
Yeah.
They have like permanent seating in the lawn. You can get one of those sections and it's like an Adirondack chair or something like that. So, I mean, it's just, you can get a blanket, whatever you need, you can get there. So I went and looked to see what all they had, just trying to kill time. And this lady, she said, hey, Buffalo, come here. So it took me like, I guess I'm the only Bills fan around here. So
yeah, we're in Georgia. So
yeah, I got my Buffalo Bills hat on. So I walk up to her and she's like, where y'all sitting at? I said, oh, we got some seats in the back. She goes, y'all want to go sit in the front? I said, absolutely. She said, all right, go Bills. And she handed me two upgrades. I mean, so we got to go up front. So like,
yeah, and it was great. Great
go
show.
Bills. Like, I don't understand why people dislike the Bills so much because we're everywhere.
Y'all are. It's like an infectious disease. It's like coronavirus.
It is, but better. The Bills Mafia is real and it's strong. So no, if she's listening, thank you for that. We greatly appreciate it.
We very much enjoyed the show from up there.
So hopefully, I mean, we should have got you a Bills hat.
I know. You got any extras?
I do.
I might have to wear it.
Wear your bill like, hey, we're over here. Can we please go up front? So before we jump into the racing, let's talk about Designs by Sydney. It is official. The official race car spelled backwards, thank you, Denny, t-shirt and sticker is now available on designsbysydney.com.
Let's go.
So if you listen to this show, you know we thank Denny all the time.
We do.
That's why this is the official shirt and sticker of the race car spelled backwards. Good looking shirt, good looking sticker. Got John a shirt on order, so he'll be sporting one on the show. Eventually. Sydney will get it to us quickly.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying. It comes eventually. Everything comes eventually.
I mean, I guess you got a point there. But if you don't know, make sure you check out Designs by Sydney. She makes all these hand-drawn minimalistic NASCAR stickers of the drivers when they win a race. Who won this weekend? Oh, Kyle Larson. Duh. So she'll be doing a Kyle Larson sticker and what was that idiot that won Saturday? What's his name? Mayer. Mayer. Same Mayer. That goofy kid. She'll be making stickers for those two and posting them. So she also has you covered on any of your professional or personal graphic design needs, whether it's company logo, T-shirts, letterheads, anything you can think of from a graphic designer. She's got you covered. And as me and John both know, she is the best graphic designer on the planet. Like there's nobody better. And we said so. So that should be all you need. But if you need anything for your business or personal needs, check out Designs by Sydney. She'll take care of you. If you use code CAR, C-A-R, 1024 this month, you'll get free shipping at checkout. And make sure to check out the What Race Was Better poll each week. This week, the
Please tell
Xfinity
me the
race,
Xfinity.
it did.
Okay.
Only 14% of the people voted for the Cup race.
Okay, good.
And they're probably alcoholic meth heads, just being honest.
Or Larson fans.
Well, I get okay. That's
same thing.
That sounds better than mine. So if you're not an alcoholic meth head but a Larson fan, you probably would have voted for the Cup race. If you're not a Larson fan and you're an alcoholic meth head, maybe you voted for the Cup race.
I'm just throwing out ideas here.
But make sure you check out that poll and vote on that each week. So, you ready to jump into some racing hot takes?
Let's do it.
You sure? You sound a little tired. This is how he looked during the whole Roval.
Yeah. Still wearing off.
So let's start out on a high note, because the only way NASCAR missed that car being shoved 15 feet into the tire barrier on Saturday is if they were high. I'm positive of that. You would have to be high to miss that.
I mean, they show it to us on TV and we're like, are they going to call it? Like, they have to call it. The dude is stuck. I mean, he's under there.
So if you missed it, the 42 of Honeydew, or whatever his name is, Honey something, Honey Cup, I don't remember. But we're just going to go with Honeydew for now because I like Honeydew. So Honeydew drove his car. I mean, he was toes deep in that tire barrier. There was no coming out of that tire barrier. Like,
no. You
could barely see his butt hanging out. That's it.
You just saw the tire barrier up here instead of down here.
Yeah. And then there's a Honeydew stuck in there.
Yeah. Climbing out his car.
Took him 20 seconds. NASCAR 20 seconds. So the race director's like, well, they said what they always say. We missed it. We didn't see it.
I'm so sick of the same answer. That's what they said last week.
But they didn't see it, John.
About
how do you
Recky's hole in his door. I mean, Recky has a hole in the car. That's like, it's in the name. It's implied. But they miss everything.
Well, they missed Honeydew.
He's
easy to miss.
Next week, I think NASCAR is just going to go, we raced? What?
Yellow flag. Well, the race hadn't started yet. Oh, white flag.
Whoops. Oh, that was a commercial. Whoops.
I mean, the same guy running race control has been running it since 1955. What do you really expect? You know what I mean? Like, it's until somebody holds NASCAR accountable, like Denny Hamlin, 2311, and Front Row is doing, they're not going to change.
No.
If you have any question as to why Denny Hamlin, 2311 and Front Row are suing NASCAR, watch Talladega and watch the Roval. Like, it's a joke how bad it is. Like, so the guy calling the race says he watches out the window. He can't watch on the TV. So the TV showed it 20 seconds prior to the caution.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because he's looking out the window. Well, I don't know if he realizes this, but there's a racetrack out that window. And the car went into the tire barrier out that window. How you miss that? And even if you can say, well, we don't watch TV. You have the second largest big screen TV in America on the back straightaway of Charlotte. They're showing a car parked in the tire barrier.
What we're saying is, the car's there.
They knew it was there. And then they wait on Parker Kligerman
to get
he got I'm sorry, he caught that white flag. They showed us this stupid little picture with a little yellow blinking light. For one, I could have photoshopped that in 15 seconds. Two, there's enough AI generation tools. They could have had that made on AI in less than 15 seconds. I don't believe it's a real photo.
It wasn't even, it took them like 5 minutes to show that.
That's what I'm getting at. They had their marketing guy going, hang on. There we go.
And Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, that's what it. They didn't show it long. It's like, see, look, off. No, you can go back and watch the broadcast of it, and you never see that light come on until after he's crossed the start-finish line. Yeah. Then you can find it. But then NASCAR pulled a picture out of the basement from 1947. Like, oh, look, here it is. The light's on.
Like, what? Oh, man.
It's the same crap every week.
Look, okay. So I think we both agree the caution needed to be called.
100%. It should have been called before the white flag.
Before he even got to the chicane.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Like, he was coming out of turn 7. When honeycomb. Honeycomb. Whatever. Honey something.
Honeysuckle. Yeah. Whenever he ran into the tire barrier, I mean, I just feel bad for Parker because he
took the white flag.
They don't even wave the yellow flag.
No, that's because they never threw it. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, I agree. The caution needed to come out. That was 100% spot on. Needed to happen. Should have never not been thrown. But it should have been thrown immediately. But instead, it's thrown after Parker takes the white, which is fine. Let Parker win the race then. I mean, officiate it properly. You did it with
Larson at Indy. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. So why can't we finish under caution? Like, it's okay. But NASCAR had a thing for the 48 car this weekend. That was obvious. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Alex Bowman, before he goes back to Charlotte, he should change his number. I'm going to be 48A. Just throw a letter in there like the dirt trackers do. 48X.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like they have a hat and they just put numbers in there each week and shake it up. Oh, 48.
I guarantee they're not going to be able to ever convince me of two things that I've seen this year on video. I do not believe the speeds that they show at Talladega are accurate. I don't. I mean, when the next gen car came out, the trucks were running significantly faster than the Cup cars. Now they're about even.
Yeah.
Or the Cup cars are faster. They look like they're going much slower, but the speeds are now much faster.
Okay. Well, I mean, you have it on DBC every time we go to Talladega, Daytona. They're like, yeah, we just run around. Literally, this is what they say: 75%, 50% throttle for most of the stages.
Yeah.
If you're running 75%, shouldn't you? Yeah, it's not going to be. That's not a 10 mile an hour difference.
What's a 25? If you're running 75%, you've cut 25% off. So if 190 is your top speed, 25% off of 190 is not 180.
Exactly.
No, that's what I'm getting at. I think it's crap. Just like this caution light. I mean, it's just like the finish line that did the zigzags, and they're like, we don't use that finish line. We have an imaginary finish line that's on a special camera mounted on a pole hidden in the racetrack somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if Larson doesn't win the championship, they're going to come out and say, actually, we use a hidden something that actually scores all these points based on something.
We have a different scale for points now. And he actually won.
Yeah, like actually, it just so happened to be this entire time we've used this playoff format that whoever won the race or finished best just so happened to be the winner. But actually, we score it like this, and Larson ended up winning. Sorry, Joey.
That's why they get away with saying we missed it. Because if you argue with them, they're like, oh, well, you don't know about this hidden camera we have over here that technically showed we didn't miss it. He was moving. He backed out twice and re-entered.
Yeah, okay. So
it's always something stupid.
Back on the Xfinity race, if they have this camera on pit road, why didn't we see that immediately?
What do you mean?
Why didn't we see that angle immediately? Because as soon as he crosses the line,
because they had to doctor the photo,
and that caution comes out.
They never showed us that yellow light on camera. It was a picture of it.
Right.
That's why I think it was fake.
Look, it is immediately a question. Well, did he take the white flag first before the yellow, or what happened? We should be seeing that perspective immediately to clear up any questions. But no, we got to wait there and sit for 5 minutes while they go and Photoshop their little.
That's why you had to wait 5 minutes so they could create the photo. It wasn't real. They had to wait on Parker Kligerman to drive by again so they could catch that photo of him almost crossing the finish line, but the light was on. I'm telling you, you can't trust NASCAR. If they are speaking, literally, they are lying to you.
Oh, man.
What do we call him? Elton Bin Laden?
Yeah, Elton
Bin Laden. That's what we called him that last week. They all lying. Elton Sawyer's probably a good dude. He's an old school Xfinity racer. He won like 2 races.
He's just on NASCAR. He's on that NASCAR payroll.
Yeah, he's making millions. He's probably making more than the teams. All you got to do is go out here and tell them this. Well, that ain't true. Elton, your last name's been lying. Get out there and tell them.
Elton, yes. You want to get paid?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, I definitely want to get paid. Here's your treat. You be a good boy now. Elton, be a good boy and go lie to him.
Oh, man.
So I thought the Xfinity race was better.
Oh, it was so good.
Than the Cup race.
It was so entertaining.
at the very end of the race, you got like 15 laps to go or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got SVG on old tires putting on an absolute show.
Yeah.
Cars all over the track. He's sliding everywhere on those old tires. Then you have Parker and Sam Mayer on fresh tires, and they were booking it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sam Mayer was the fastest car all day.
Oh, by far. And that's another thing. Like, you don't see that in the Cup Series. You don't go, oh, we know Larson's the fastest car, but we didn't really see that. No. You
did because he dominated, but he didn't look fast.
Right, but Sam Mayer, he looked like a rocket ship.
Well, so Sam Mayer to start the race jumps the start of the race
by a mile.
Yeah, he's like, it wasn't even close.
No.
But I'm not gonna turn that air off. I'm cold. Oof. But I'm not gonna hate on Sam Mayer for that because they sent him to the back, and then he came to the front.
He drives back to the front.
He did exactly what he needed to do, and how you gonna be mad at a guy for that? He put the team in a bad spot by jumping the start of the race. And got it back for the team.
Yeah, and he was the car of the day. Now, I
just don't like him.
Yeah.
That's personal.
I don't mind him.
It's the stupid Superman. I am Superman. No, you're not. You're Sam Mayer. You're not even cool as Clark Kent is cooler than you. You're not even Spider-Man, dog.
I think if he had a better gimmick, because Joey had the bow. What was it, Kyle Busch?
Kyle had the bow.
And Joey did the
laugh.
Kyle had the bow, but
Joey's got the cackle like a hyena.
Yeah.
I hate on Joey a lot, but he did. I actually posted a positive tweet about Joey last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was delivering supplies in Western North Carolina, and I thought that was cool.
Anything off the track, Joey's okay.
I like off-track Joey, actually. Yeah. I hate to admit that, but I do.
On-track Joey, you can't stand him.
No, I hate him on track. But in the booth, he's phenomenal. So
yeah,
it makes me sick. He's so good. I support off-track Joey. So when he retires, I like him.
Yeah.
No, but, Sam Mayer goes in there. He wins his way into the round of 8.
Yep.
He's moving on. He was not moving on before he won that race.
Oh, no.
So he does what he's got to do. That's a heck of a drive.
It was. It really was. It was very impressive.
Sheldon Creed is out, so your Xfinity bracket is blown up round 1.
Dang it, Creed.
He thought Sheldon Creed.
I thought he was going to finish second at least twice before the championship and then win the championship race.
Just like Daniel Hemrick did a few years ago. He won his first Xfinity race to become champion.
Exactly.
So it's doable.
I don't think it was a bad bet.
I don't think it was either, but it failed.
Obviously was.
It didn't work. So this is your round of 8. Justin Allgaier is plus 18, Cole Custer plus 11, Austin Hill plus 9, and Chandler Smith plus 8. Below the cut line, you got Mayer at minus 8, Jesse Love at minus 12, AJ Allmendinger at minus 18, and Sammy Smith at minus 19.
I'm surprised AJ's so low.
Yeah, but now we got Martinsville, Vegas, Homestead. So that's an Allgaier, Custer, Chandler Smith.
Yeah.
Really, I think Allgaier, Custer, Chandler Smith, and Austin Hill are your 4 that move on.
Yep, I do have Austin Hill going to the Final 4, I think.
Well, that's good.
Or maybe, no, I have him in the 8. I think I had Allgaier, Chandler Smith. Maybe it was Allgaier, Chandler Smith, Austin Hill, and Creed.
Maybe. I don't remember who
I don't
remember who I had. I had Custer winning it all. That's literally all I remember.
Yep. My guy can't win no more.
Who? Creed. He could win. He could win every race from here on out, but he's out of the championship.
Yeah, he's not winning the championship no more.
All right. Xfinity race was good. We both voted on the Xfinity race as the best race. Now let's talk about the other poll that we voted on. Was the Roval a good race? The Gluck poll.
No.
We both voted no.
No, it was not.
55% of you people said yes, it was.
See,
that's not even enough. That's too much.
Yeah, so I think the reason is I think the broadcast did really well this week.
Phenomenal job, actually.
I think they did really well with what they were given. They were given a really boring race with Larson absolutely dominating, but we're still able to make a good race out of it between Reddick, Denny, Joey. was able to make a really nice race out of, or enjoyable to watch. But then, we're getting ready for the podcast, and we're like, oh man, nothing happened.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the broadcast. I mean, there was one point in the broadcast, was that Saturday, where everybody was drunk?
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't get anything. Spindle.
The throttle.
The throttle. His throttle's hung. What'd you just say?
Yeah, they were It's
like they were taking
one too many.
I think they were taking a shot every time a curb.
Every time they jumped a curb?
Yeah. Joking over here.
Man, I mean, speaking of jumping curbs, I can't believe they got rid of that for Sunday.
Yeah, I don't like that either. If you have the track set up one way and you make them practice and qualify
on that one way,
then it should stay that way. It's just like the stupid DVP rule. So NASCAR came out after Talladega last week and said, we're not changing the rule whatsoever. Rule stays the same. Then they go to the Roval and they go, we're not changing the rule, but we're going to handle it like Talladega. That's changing the rule.
That's literally changing the rule.
You're just not going to write it and make it permanent? Is that what you're saying? Like,
that's exactly what they're going to do.
This is why we all need a lawyer. Everybody who watches NASCAR, I'm telling you, we need to start a class action lawsuit by the fans against NASCAR for pain and suffering, because every Sunday I'm suffering to watch it, and after it's over, it's just painful. Pain and suffering. And then we can sue the broadcast too. We're going to sue Fox and NBC along with NASCAR.
Oh, man.
Because they put on this crap show for us to watch. But, I was so mad at Fox beginning of the season because I think their production team sucks.
Yeah.
But they're working with what they got.
That's true.
You give them a bag of crap, there's only so much you can do for that.
Right.
Like
when you give someone NASCAR, there's only so much you can make out of it.
So you put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
Exactly.
So they put all the lipstick they want on NASCAR, but it's still sucking right now. So maybe it isn't the booth's fault. Maybe the booth isn't so bad.
Maybe it's NASCAR.
Very, very. That's a very small maybe, because I blame the booth. Not the booth, the production team. The booth isn't bad on Fox or NBC.
Yeah, it all goes back to NASCAR.
I mean, Jeff gets a little wild in the booth on NBC. You don't know where he's going sometimes. Like,
whoa now, Jeff.
Like, whoa, somebody put your hand on Jeff's back. Calm him down. So, yeah, that race sucked. We voted no, but 55% of you enjoyed it. I mean,
yeah,
good for you. I'm glad you found something in that crap to enjoy, because I thought it sucked.
So I guess we got to talk about what happened during that race.
Well, Kyle Larson dominated.
Yep.
So hats off to Kyle. Congratulations.
And, he made one move to get himself out front at the start of the race. He pulled the SVG move and drove it straight into turn 7, like you should have, like everyone should have been doing, really. And SVG was doing on Saturday, and got to first, and then stayed there.
Well, lucky for Larson, he didn't have to play the points game as strategically as some guys did.
Right.
So he could play to win.
And he won.
Yeah. His pit stops, his strategy was to win the race, not to gain points. And it played out for him. He literally dominated the whole race.
Well, that was Suarez's strategy too.
Suarez ran out of talent at Talladega. And between Talladega and Charlotte, he couldn't find any. Like, where did he finish at? I don't even know where he finished at.
I got no clue.
Daniel Suarez. What number is he?
99.
Oh, yeah. He finished where he usually does. 30th.
Well, what about Chase Briscoe?
That's talent right there. He's got so much talent. Daniel Suarez, he's probably the best NASCAR driver on earth, because all the good ones finished 30th. I mean, that's right. That's how you show it. Like, am I talented? I finished 30th.
That's why we're keeping him.
You're ultra talented.
Well, I mean, that was also Chase Briscoe's strategy.
What, to finish in the back?
Didn't he DNF?
Chase Briscoe, yep. He wasn't the first one out. That was Corey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. His engine blew up lap 1 or something like that.
It weared.
Rick Ware.
It had too much Rick Ware in it.
Yeah.
It happens with Rick Ware. I mean, they're not perfect. Well, I will say, when Kyle Larson dominates a race, though, his celebrations with his kids are pretty cool.
It is. The best part.
I like watching the kids run up and get the flag, and looks like a pretty decent dad. I don't know that. He might suck as a dad, but they look happy, so I'm going to go with he's a decent dad.
Probably a good father.
Watch 10 Years of Fun. He was beating his kids or something. Like I said he was a good dad back in the day. I lied to people.
Whoops.
No, I think Kyle's probably a pretty good dude. I mean,
yeah,
just from what I've seen of Kyle, I think he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
Me and Jamie got to meet him a few years ago at Charlotte, and he took the time to talk to us like we were normal people, and I felt like he was, easy to approach, easy to talk to. So most of these guys actually are pretty easy to talk to. So
yeah, they're just silenced by NASCAR.
So in the first 10 laps of the race, NASCAR handed out a few track limit penalties.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know how this works, it's non-playoff drivers only.
Just neither do we.
Yeah. You have a guy in the booth, probably the same guy who did the caution the day before. He's the one who's making these calls like, I'm sorry, it's 2024. We shouldn't be making any calls on a judgment call. Nothing should be, he looked like Bubba Wallace went over that thing. He was 2 1/4 inches farther over it than Alex. Willie B. So that's why Willie B didn't get one. No, William Byron didn't get a penalty because he was a playoff driver.
I mean, that was probably the most ridiculous thing that happened on Sunday. They are literally showing us the replay and explaining to us why Bubba Wallace, like step by step, this is exactly why Bubba Wallace is getting this penalty. Well,
because William Byron right behind him.
Well, what about? I mean, he's literally doing the same thing in the replay. I
think what it is they have these glasses, these HMS glasses, and it takes the cheating out.
It just it
didn't work for Alex Bowman.
They DQ'd Alex.
I think after the William Byron thing, the guy dropped the glasses. Must have.
Well, I guess after Willie B, they were like, "Oh shoot, we can't let them both get away."
They penalized like 4 guys for doing this, and all 4 of them were non-playoff drivers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like the track limits. With people getting pushed off. The Suarez gets pushed off. Who was that by? Was it Reddick? I don't remember who pushed Suarez off the track, but then Suarez stops and takes his penalty, and the booth is like,
that was Bubba.
Oh, it was Bubba?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I knew it was a 2311 car, but
Thank you, Bubba.
So, he takes his penalty, and the booth is like, oh, well, he should have let NASCAR deal with that. You have showed like 4 times people getting squeezed out of the turn in the chicane on that same chicane.
And they made them stop.
So I don't know what you're talking about here, Booth. But these other 3 guys got pushed off the track, and they had to stop. So why would Suarez be any different? Is it because he's a playoff driver?
The guys in the booth didn't even know how to respond to that. They're like, yeah. Well, Bubba's was more egregious. It does. If I cheat by a little or I cheat by a lot, either way, I cheated. I can't rob a bank.
It only took $5.
And be like, well, it wasn't as egregious as other people's bank robberies. I should be non-penalized.
I only stole $30.
Yeah. I didn't have a real gun. I only had 3 bullets.
Instead of 6.
Like, no, it don't. That's what I mean. Like, look, when these guys pit, they have cameras that watch them pit. And if they're outside of their box, the box turns red. If they violate their pit stop, it catches them on camera. It's not a judgment call. It's not Stevie Wonder with NASCAR sanctioning. It's not Ray Charles up in the booth. It is a legit computer getting it right every time. If we're going to have track limits, you have 2 options. Get a camera that does it just like the pit stops, or put a wall there.
Right?
I don't think it's cool watching these guys ramp these ramps. I mean, NASCAR puts in these turtle ramps.
Well, obviously NASCAR didn't think it was cool either. They got rid of them on Sunday.
I know. They should have put a wall there.
Yeah, I mean,
just put one of those brick slabs, those concrete dividers. Put one right in that corner. Just sideways.
If you don't want people cutting the track, we'll make it so they can't cut the track.
Yeah, put a wall there. That's why Chicago was great.
Because you never had to question the track limits.
Never.
They were always on the track.
They hit the wall. Oh, they're off the track.
Yeah.
We know they broke the track limits because he broke his track bar. That's how we know.
Exactly.
When his toe link is broke, he violated the track limit rule. Like make it make it something other than a judgment call by Stevie Wonder in the booth, because Stevie Wonder up there sucks.
Stevie Wonder don't see HMS.
No, I mean, here that's the drunk meth heads. They're out there running the booth.
The HMS, the Larson.
No, yeah, no NASCAR.
Oh,
maybe that's the problem. Maybe NASCAR sanctioning bodies all drunk meth heads.
Oh man,
this ain't the moonshine days, but hey, you never know. I mean, we did have.
That's our roots.
Yeah, we had Brian France get caught with meth or cocaine or something back in the day, so why not?
Yeah.
I mean, now it's Jim France. He's 1,000 years old, but.
Well, okay, so Reddick runs into his boss, about ruins both their day.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick had an eventful day.
Yeah.
He jumped the curb, landed on Denny's tire, and jumped again. That was so weird looking.
I know, right? Like, it didn't look real.
No, he's
how did you do that?
Looked like something off Forza.
Right, like, it just didn't, like, the crash physics broke.
Well, yeah, so it looked like this is
it looks like off a video game.
Yeah, it's what you see in open wheel.
Right.
Like with sprint cars.
Yeah.
That's how when they get together, their tires roll up over each other, and that makes them hop like that. So if you look at Denny's left rear quarter panel after that, you can see the tires kind of stuck out a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I know. I said after that, I was like, look, Denny's not looking too good there on that left rear.
No, Denny took a beating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you got to give props to the 11 and 45 repair team. I mean, they killed it.
Well, obviously, they came out and still stayed competitive. But
yeah, I mean, they kept those two guys' playoff chances alive.
I don't understand, though, how – look, your only goal that day is to finish well. Yeah. I understand that turn 7 dive bomb's the only way to pass, but Reddick didn't look like he was trying to even slow down.
I know. He locked up the
He made it like 17 wide, past 32 cars.
I mean, he came from the outside, too.
Yeah, I know. He came from the outside to the inside.
Into Denny.
Yeah. I don't know how he did that. Very, very well, I guess.
But I guess
what was his spotter saying? Boss is up ahead, 12 cars away, 10 cars away, 9, 8. You got him. You got him.
Oh, you hit him.
You got him.
You hit your boss.
MJ's not happy. He just threw something.
The pit box is coming down.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. I was watching that pit box when they showed MJ on the pit box. Like, what kind of pressure is that when MJ sitting behind you?
I know, right? It's like, every time you move.
Oh, that's another thing I was thinking. Michael Jordan's a big dude.
He's massive.
I mean, he's like 9'3" or something. So when he moves, that whole pit box shaking.
So he gets animated. It's like the Jurassic Park scene with the T-Rex.
Of course, the guys below, the pit road, the pit workers, the crew members, they're big dudes too. So they're probably, right. MJ's moving, hold the box. We got you, Michael.
They got their fuel guys.
No, I mean, heck of a drive by 2311.
Yep.
And Tyler
Reddick
had
a really good day, 2311.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick put on a heck of a drive all day. I mean, watching him.
And he Darlington it.
He was in the back, and then he was locked in, and then they pitted. I'm like, what are they doing pitting?
Right.
Now he's out.
I know. I was like, why are you doing that? But it was.
Yeah, it actually made it entertaining. It gave me. Yeah. That's why we say the broadcast booth did so well, because they were able to follow the storylines and keep us somewhat engaged.
We did not even watch Larson cross the finish line.
No, I know we didn't. We were watching Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, and Denny Hamlin.
Yeah. They had 3 screens up, and none of them were
Denny,
Larson.
Logano, and Reddick.
That's because we knew Larson won. He won that race Saturday. That's how far out ahead he was. He beat him a day in advance.
Oh, yeah. But, no, Reddick did a great job. Well, who was it that he spun around? He was
Hemrick?
Was it Hemrick?
I mean,
I think it was Daniel Hemrick who, Reddick kind of got in there a little too hot.
Well, Reddick used Daniel Hemrick to make the turn.
And I know he did he did a Saturday SVG.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, there's Hemrick. I can use him.
Can I get me another spot?"
Hey, whatever you gotta do, you gotta do it.
Yeah, but Reddick, he felt bad.
Daniel Hemrick ain't done nothing all season. We wouldn't even known Daniel Hemrick was in the race if Reddick wouldn't have hit him.
Right,
he did him a favor. He had that crinkle on his car.
Gave him some publicity.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, that's crinkle. I like those." Bam. And they're like, "Oh, look, there's Daniel Hemrick. We forgot he was here today."
But Reddick and him, they were teammates back then, so Reddick felt bad. But
he did. He felt bad about it. He hated it.
He did.
You would have asked me, so I hate it.
Man, I hate that for Daniel.
hate that for him.
I hate that for Daniel. Now
I'm a Daniel Hemrick fan.
Now he's 32nd instead of 31st in points. Man,
he lost a whole position. He's back there with the Ware boys.
Man.
All right, Carson Hocevar. Let's talk about Carson Hocevar.
What did he do?
He hit everything in Charlotte but the lottery.
He did?
You didn't see him bouncing off all those cars?
No.
Oh, man, he was bouncing off everybody. He was doing the turn 7 move successfully, but he hit everybody doing it.
Oh, that's just the turn 7 shenanigans. I mean, that turn.
Yeah, but it just seemed like Carson Hocevar
was the guy, though.
Was the guy they showed the most.
Truex did it. Hocevar did it. I think maybe Brad did it at one point, but.
I'm not actually hating on Hocevar. I love this kid. I think he is ultra super talented. I think he is probably one of the next superstars in the sport. He has a phenomenal personality.
Mm-hmm.
He starts winning, we'll see that personality. I mean,
you got to win to have a personality.
Spire's probably not the best place for him, but
no,
he'll get picked up by somebody decent, I think.
Well, I mean, we've got Denny's probably going to retire in a couple of years. Kyle Busch will probably retire in a couple of years.
So here's the thing Denny brought up on his podcast. These guys that are currently out there, most of them, not all of them. We actually have some new school guys coming in now, but most of the guys out there, they never raced on anything but oval tracks because their goal was to get to NASCAR, which is an oval racing series.
Yep.
Now that Jim France has come in and turned it into the IMSA Plus series, that's why we got what we got.
Right, that's why we have 2 road courses in the first 2 rounds.
I mean, NASCAR's announced that they're talking to IMSA about doing a co-ed event.
No.
Maybe I'm okay with it if what they're talking about is adding cup cars to the 24 hours of Daytona. I'm good with that.
Well, okay.
Maybe we have a cup class. Maybe every 3 or 4 teams or 7, 8 teams throw a car out there. I'm good with that.
They have that 24-hour Le Mans car out there.
Oh, that's basically what we drive every weekend. Well,
that thing was.
You have IMSA over here. They created IMSA because you had all these uppity ups who are like, oh, we don't like stock car racing. We only like the sports car racing. And Jim France was like, I've got IMSA for you. And that worked great. I've been to the 24 Hours of Daytona, phenomenal event, by the way, but I've been to it. And I mean, Jamie and me got called peasants by a lady.
What?
I've been to NASCAR races my whole life, and nobody's ever looked at me. Hey, look at that peasant over there.
You got called a peasant at the 24 hours?
Yeah, we're in line to get on the free tram. She's in line with us. So she's getting on the same free tram as us.
Maybe she's a peasant too.
And she's like, oh, look at these peasants right here. What are you, NASCAR fans or something, you peasant? Oh, lady.
How did that interaction actually go?
Something like that. I don't really remember the details, but I do remember Karen.
Were you just standing there and she's just like,
oh, yeah. No, we weren't doing anything to her. Me and Jamie were tired, and we're just trying to catch the tram to go from the outside of the track back to the infield. We didn't want to walk it. And I don't know why she got frustrated with us or what. I'm sure Jamie said something.
Probably.
Like, he probably made a comment about her. I mean, like, from what I remember, she wasn't like, she was special. Not that she was ugly. I don't remember what she looked like, but she was special. There was something about her. I think it might have been her boyfriend or the guy she was with. He might have been the special one. But anyway, okay. So I was in line. She got in line behind me, and Jamie came around her to stand with me. That's what made her so mad. So she Karen'd it on us and called us peasants. Like,
I'm so offended.
I was like, I didn't know. I didn't even have a response. Like, how do you respond? I've never been called a peasant in my whole life.
Dude, this
what's a peasant?
This ain't the 1300s Europe. I mean,
but that's the IMSA crowd. The IMSA crowd wears Dockers and penny loafers to the racetrack. We wear
it's like golf.
NASCAR wears jorts and cowboy boots. I mean, they drink beer.
And that's it. Just jorts and cowboy boots.
These people at the IMSA race, they're drinking wine out of a bottle, not even a box. I mean, it's way more sophisticated than NASCAR.
Oh, man.
But that's the thing is, it's not the same.
Right, but now we run, 37 road courses and 2 ovals.
That's what it's getting to. I mean,
look, before you know it, before we get a new car, we're going to be running all road courses.
The next gen car is essentially
an IMSA car.
An IMSA car. That's why it runs so well in the 24 hours of Le Mans. It'll do great in the 24 hours. What we need to do is Jim France needs to be put in a nursing home where he belongs, and we need to let somebody with some youth run the sport.
Michael Jordan.
Instead, we got great Grandpa Joe over here running it, and it's just not doing good at all.
No,
but it looks like it's no different than America. It's like it's being run by a 90-year-old person. Oh, wait, it is.
Oh, man.
So the same problems we deal with politically, we got to deal with at NASCAR.
Come on, NASCAR.
They're trying to turn our stock cars into IMSA cars. Now they identify as an IMSA car. They don't know which way to go. They don't know if they use regular gas or diesel. Do they sit when they pee? Do they stand when they pee? I mean, everybody's so confused by this stuff now.
One lug nut or five?
Yeah. I mean, do you even got a lug nut? Used to have a lug nut, now I don't. That's where we're at now.
Oh, man.
It's so annoying. It really is. So, what else didn't we talk about? Oh, Turn 7. Let's talk about Turn 7. Finally,
all right.
The only good thing at the Roval is Turn 7.
Here's what we need to do. We need 7 Turn 7s in the Roval, and then it'll be a great race.
What if we have 4 Turn 7s and that's it?
Just Turn 7, and that's it.
Yeah. It's kind of like an oval, but shaped like something else. What's that square? You're in school.
I'm doing algebra.
It's a squash square.
I'm doing pre-calculus.
It's like a square, but squished and oblonged and distorted. I mean,
so it's a lot of lines going in different directions.
Yeah, it's 4 corners, but sharp ones.
Yeah,
4 sharp corners. That's it. Why don't we just do that? Well, it'd be like running Indy with 4 sharp corners.
Yeah, we don't want to run a box.
Jeff Gluck did another poll. Which track would you prefer they race on Sunday, the Oval or the Roval?
The Oval.
75%
said the Oval.
Said the Oval.
Yep.
75.
Yep.
So guess what NASCAR's doing next year?
The Roval.
The Roval. Like we've been saying, it doesn't matter. NASCAR doesn't listen to the fans, the drivers, or anybody who makes any sense whatsoever.
They only listen to Jim.
We've been telling NASCAR for years, we absolutely hate Phoenix as the championship race.
Don't go back to Phoenix.
Every year we go back to
race.
Phoenix. Every year. We just get, not even just do we go back to Phoenix, we're going back for 2 more years.
I know. They're like, we're doing it in advance.
That's because of extortion.
Extortion.
Well, it all comes down to money. Like Phoenix advertises at the baggage claim.
Right.
That's why they're popular. And the city is paying NASCAR on the side cash money under the table. Yeah. Your hard-earned tax dollars in Arizona are going to NASCAR.
Going to NASCAR at Phoenix.
And a corrupt government. So your taxes aren't doing nothing for
you. Lose.
You lose either way. It's corrupt government, corrupt NASCAR. It's one and the same.
Bad racing, bad government, I mean.
It's probably the new branch of the government that's going to be called NASCAR.
I can see that.
We got the new branch over here, the NASCAR branch. They handle all our fraudulent claims.
Yeah, so Turn 7, that was the only good thing that came out of the weekend, or at least for the Cup Series.
I enjoyed Turn 7. I mean, it opened up passing opportunities.
And spinning. I mean,
Saturday, SVG was literally the only person who took that move and went on the inside.
Yeah.
And it worked every single time.
If he would have pitted, he probably would have. I don't know. Sandman was fast.
Yeah, I don't think SVG had the car. That's just it. Colleague is not
really known.
They're not Junior Motorsports.
Yeah.
And their Cup car is not HMS, so
right. So
they're a second-tier Chevy team. I mean, they're not going to have the best stuff. So that right there makes it even more impressive that SVG went out and won Chicago in second-tier stuff.
Exactly. But, I mean, so, SVG on Saturday, he was doing what you were supposed to do. And he was the only one. He would restart in like 25th. And then 3 laps later, there he is in 3rd.
It was highly entertaining to watch. I mean, Saturday's race, we watched live.
Yep.
We never missed a minute of it. I mean, it was even paused it to go to the bathroom.
It was entertaining. It was
a really good race. Sunday, we watched live stage 1 and 2. And then we had deacon ordinations at the church. So we went to deacon ordination. Congratulations to Chris, Jonathan, and Gary. So we did that, and then we came home and watched the rest of the race. It was like this compared day over day.
Look. So we watch it on Saturday, and we finish it, and I go, "Oh man, I don't want to watch it tomorrow now."
We knew watching Saturday. We're like, this is way too good of a race. Sunday's going to suck.
Yeah,
it's how it works out. I mean, if the Xfinity race is super ultra good, the Cup race is super ultra bad. It's night and day.
Yep.
Alex Bowman finished 18th. Then they got caught cheating. Got disqualified.
Last.
Now Joey Logano is back in the round of 8.
Come on, Bowman.
Yeah, man. I did not want Logano in the round of 8.
I know.
I was so happy. He's out.
Yes.
Bowman's in.
Finally, Logano's going to stop winning on these even years.
So this isn't on Bowman. I don't blame Bowman for this.
No.
This is, like DBC said it. So Bowman, his car was underweight at the end of the race. If you missed it, I don't know how you missed it, but if you did, you did. His car didn't weigh enough at the end of the race. NASCAR gives you a 17-pound buffer. You can be 17 pounds light, and that's okay. He was obviously more than 17 pounds, but DBC said something interesting. They said that if they give you a 17-pound buffer, every team out there is 16 pounds underweight.
Yep.
So that means Bowman was more egregious than that.
Yeah.
And HMS decided not to appeal it. So that either means one or two things. One, it means they cheated, got caught, no, they cheated, and they're accepting it. Two, NASCAR paid them off because they wanted to get 2 Fords in the round of 8.
I like option 2.
I'm just saying.
I like option because I mean, it's what kind of storyline is that? Half your round of 8's Hendrick.
I think something fell off Bowman's car. There's clear video footage of something falling off.
He flew in the air.
But he was 16 pounds underweight. So when that 4-pound weight flew off the side, or the ballast, whatever it was, came out of the car.
Underweight.
Now he's way underweight. And if you admit to that, so if a ballast falls off your car, that's a 4-week suspension for your crew chief, your car engineer, and somebody else.
And they didn't want that.
But it's no points, and it's not a DQ, and it's not a points thing. So I think that that Hendricks could have went to NASCAR and appealed it, but then they're going to have to say, look, we were already 16 pounds underweight because NASCAR gives us a 17-pound, window there, so we were 16 underweight. Oh, so you're admitting to cheating? Well, yes. The appeal's not going to get – it's going to hold.
Because
he's going to be DQ'd regardless.
Right. So. If you're 16 pounds underweight and you go, well, look, this 4-pound component flew off our car, then how are you 16 pounds underweight? Because we were cheating.
Yeah. I'm not mad at Bowman. No. I'm not mad at Bowman's team. I'm not mad at his crew chief. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not mad at Hendricks for this. They did what they got to do. Every team out there is cheating every week. Not every team. I mean, BJ McLeod's probably not. It's obvious Rick Ware's not cheating. Guys like that we know aren't cheating. Yeah. But the guys who win races, I guarantee you they're cheating. Well, Penske, Hendricks, Joe Gibbs, Colleague.
With how much parity we have now, you got to cheat to win.
Exactly. To be able to pass, you got to be cheating.
Exactly.
So I'm good with that. Cheating has been a part of the sport since day one. That's why we don't call it cheating. We call it innovating. Exactly. Innovation at its best is NASCAR.
Yep.
I don't mind that. I love it, actually, because that's what was so cool about the old days. NASCAR kind of took that away with this new car, but the teams are figuring it out. They're figuring out how to make it work, and they're making it work every week. Alex Bowman, this was just his week to get caught.
Yep.
I hate it for Bowman. I really hate it for his fans. I hate it for Brandon. I even hate it for myself because I was pulling for Bowman to win this championship.
He was having a good run, too.
The dude that calls DBC every week on Reaction Theater and cusses him like a dog over the Bowman thing needs to go back and listen to the episode. DBC didn't start that rumor.
No.
They never even said anything bad about Alex Bowman. And this guy calls in every week from his mom's basement on unemployment while voting for Kamala saying, hey, I hate you guys. And he legit cusses them like a dog every week.
It's ridiculous.
It's kind of annoying. Like,
can we stop playing that?
That's kind of where I'm at. Jay, I'll send Jay a text since we can text DBC's Reaction Theater. Like, dude, just stop. It's for one, I don't even think it's real. I think the guy calls in for attention.
Fake at this point.
Yeah. It's AI generated. He has a script from ChatGTP. I mean, and he make it personal by calling Brett fat. I mean, that ain't cool.
Yeah.
He ain't fat. He's big boned.
Exactly. Leave him alone.
The TV camera adds 50 pounds. Freddie said that.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Freddie said people come up to him at the track and they're like, "You're not as fat as I thought you were." Like, I don't know if that would make me feel better or feel worse. Like, how big do you think I was?
Right.
I love those guys. I love Freddie. I love Brett. TJ. I like all of them. So
they're all entertaining.
Whoever the guys that calls in, I don't like you. Take your toaster and go back to the bathtub. And what's up with the toaster? That's annoying too.
Oh yeah.
All right. What do we miss? Nothing.
I don't know. We missed a lot. Nothing happened.
We ain't forget to talk about anything. Is what I'm getting at here.
Yeah. Yeah, we missed a race.
Yeah, I miss racing. Is what I miss.
They haven't done that since the inaugural race at the Roval.
I mean, shout out to AJ Allmendinger, finished 6th. Good work. Austin Cindric 4th, just not enough. SVG 7th. Way to go. Bubba Wallace. Yeah. Bubba Wallace ran great all day.
He did.
He was up front running all day long. Finished 9th. Great finish by Bubba. I see a lot of improvement. Carson Hocevar hit everybody on the track. Finished 13th. 12th. Kyle Busch finished 13th.
And Denny was right behind him, right?
Oh, MC Duwell. He finished 15th.
Oh.
You don't really hear a lot about MC Duwell anymore.
No.
He didn't wreck anybody at Talladega, so he didn't make anybody's highlight reels. All righty. Let's talk about the points.
All right.
There's 8 drivers. So you got 4 drivers who are currently in. Larson by 33, Bell by 13, Reddick by 10, Byron by 4. Blaney's out by 4, Hamlin's out by 8, Elliott's out by 9, Logano out by 11. You have Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville.
It could be any one of those guys.
I think Larson.
Yep, Bell.
You think?
I put Bell there.
I don't know if I got Bell there or if I got – I know I have Larson.
You have to.
Yeah. I go Larson. Okay, Larson, Bell, Hamlin, Blaney.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it could be any number of those guys to make the Final Four.
Vegas this is probably the most normal round of the playoffs there is.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you got Vegas is going to be a good race. It's a mile and a half. Cars run great on mile and a half.
Yep.
HMS.
I mean, Blaney.
Joe Gibbs are going to come out swinging.
Blaney did great at Kansas.
Yeah. So Blaney will probably do good at Vegas. Then you got Homestead, which Larson's going to do great at Homestead. Reddick could go out and win Homestead.
That's true. Man, imagine Reddick winning one of these races.
What if Larson goes out and wins the next 3?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, he's 33 points to the good.
He's got a race buffer.
Bell is 13 to the good.
Larson has a race buffer.
For the most part, he has a 1 race buffer. And every time he wins a race, that's more of a buffer he gains.
I know. So, I mean,
he wins a race in this round, I think.
I think he does too.
Whether it's Homestead or Vegas.
I think a playoff driver wins every race this round.
I do too. Joey could go in and win Martinsville, unfortunately.
I hope not.
I hope Joey is in line to win Martinsville and Austin Dillon wrecks him on the last lap again. And then Austin wins the race.
Yes, Austin needs his redemption.
Yeah. But you can only wreck 1 driver, Austin. 2 is Joey. 1 too many.
Just Joey.
Yeah.
Just Joey.
You reckon, well, Denny, I'm sure NASCAR will be like, yes, he got Denny. Or a 2311 car. That's why Bubba got the track limit penalty because he drives for the wrong team.
Yeah.
If I'm Denny, I'm saying that too.
I know, right?
He didn't say it on his podcast, but he wanted to.
Oh, yeah, right?
You could tell. Denny got fired up at the end of the podcast.
He did.
I'm with Denny. I'm sick and tired of talking about NASCAR officiating every week, screwing something up.
For real. Like, come on.
I just want to talk about racing. That's all. All right. That's all I got this week, John.
Yep.
Can you think of anything else we didn't talk about?
No.
Neither can I. All right. Good. So where are we at? We're in Vegas this week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't change my show notes here.
Well, we were just talking about it.
Yeah. So we're in Vegas. Well, I didn't put the time. I don't know what time the race starts, do you?
No.
So the race comes on during the day sometime. sometime between morning and night.
Yeah.
I know the Xfinity race, I do believe, is a night race.
Oh.
The Cup race is a day race.
I thought NASCAR hated running races at night.
Only on Saturday night because they say their viewership's lower.
Oh.
Who knows? NASCAR makes this crap up anyway. If NASCAR's mouth is moving, it's a lie.
Anyways,
so
we're going to Vegas.
Going to Vegas this weekend. Other than that, thanks to everybody who watches the show, listens each week, shares us on social media. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on X. We're at Car Backwards. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out all our videos. Make sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify and YouTube Music. Go to Apple Podcasts, subscribe, leave us a review like Brandon did. When you leave a review, it helps other people find the show. And if you feel the need, you're more than welcome to email us at any time. We're racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. I'll be sure to respond to that. If you have questions, shoot them over to me. And make sure to check out Designs by Sydney and support her work. Other than that, y'all have a great week, and we'll catch you after Vegas.